Good evening. I'd like to talk about solve the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. First, the solutions to any quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 under one condition, that a doesn't equal to 0. See that this quadratic equation contains three constants. The first is a, which is the coefficient of x squared. The second is b, which is the coefficient of x. And the c, which is the constant term. The two solutions for x for this quadratic equation is simply by using this formula, x equal minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So before start solving any quadratic equation using this formula, we should determine the values for a, b, and c. Then we can substitute and apply for the variable x. Let's start with this example here. Solve for x squared minus 9x plus 5 equal to 0 using the quadratic formula. First of all, any quadratic equation should be in its standard form, and this quadratic equation is already in its standard form. So this is the quadratic equation for x squared minus 9x plus 5 equal to 0. So all the terms should be in the left side and the 0 should be in the right side. Then we should identify the values for a, b, and c. A is simply the coefficient of x squared, it is 4. B is the coefficient of x, it is minus 9, and c is the constant term, and it is 5. Now write the quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula. Now we can simply substitute in the values we have got. So the value of x minus b, here b is minus 9, plus minus. See here that we have two signs, the plus and the minus. So we have two solutions for the variable x. Square root of b squared, this is the value of b, minus 4ac, this is constant, this is the value of a, and this is the value of c, all divided by 2 multiplied by a. The value of a is simply 4. Now we can simplify and solve for the variable x. So minus of the minus 9 is plus 9. Minus 9 squared is 81. Minus 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 is 80. All divided by 2 times 4, which is 8. Now we can simplify the values inside the radical. So the values of x is equal to 9 plus minus root square of 1 over 8. We know that the square root of 1 is 1. So we have two solutions for the value of x. The first with the plus sign. So 9 plus 1 over 8, it's 10 divided by 8. We can simplify this fraction because both the numerator and the denominator are even numbers. So it becomes 5 over 4. And the second solution we can get by using the minus sign. So x is equal to 9 minus 1, which is 8 over 8. So 8 over 8 is simply equal to 1. So we have here two solutions for x. First, we need to check for the first solution, which is x equal 5 over 4. And checking for the solutions means that if we substitute for this value of x on the left side terms, which are 4x squared minus 9x plus 5, it should be equal to 0, same as the value in the right side. So this is the main quadratic equation. So 4 multiplied by x squared, 5 over 4 squared minus 9x plus 5. Now we can simplify. 5 over 4 all square is 25 over 16. Multiplied by 4, we get 100 over 16. And the second term, 9 multiplied by 5 is 45 over 4. And the third term is constant, which is 5. Now simply we can simplify the values at the right side of the equation. So by using the least common multiple, we can simplify the right side. We have 3 fractions with different denominator. The first fraction with denominator equals 16, while the second one is 4 and the third one is 1. So the least common multiple for the 16 and 4 and 1 is simply 16. So we need to make all the 3 denominators to be common, which is equal to 16. So the first term becomes as it is. Regarding the second term, we multiplied by 4. And for the third term, we multiplied by 16. So now we have 3 fractions with 16 denominators. Simply we can make this operation. So the result will be 100 minus 180 plus 80 all over 16. And these values here are 0. So 0 over 16, it's equal to 0. So 0 is same as what we have at the right side of the main equation. So this solution is correct. Let's check for the second solution, which is x equal to 1. So simply we can substitute 1 for the terms in the left side of the equation, which is 4x squared minus 9x plus 5. So 5 multiplied by 1 square minus 9 multiplied by 1 plus 5. We can simplify. 4 multiplied by 1 all squared is 4 minus 9 plus 5. And this equals to 0. So same as we have at the right side of the main equation. So our second solution, which is x equal 1, is correct. Let's solve this quadratic equation with variable m. So we have 5m squared plus 2m equal to 4. Solve this equation using the quadratic formula. As you see here, this equation is not in its standard form. So first we need to write the equation in its standard form. So we need all the terms to be at the left side of the equation, and at the right there should be 0. So simply we can add minus 4 to both sides of the equation. So it becomes 5m squared plus 2m. Here we add minus 4, and plus 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. Now our equation is in its standard form. So simply we can identify the values for a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of m squared, which is 5. B is the coefficient of m, which is 2, and c is the constant, which is minus 4. Now write the quadratic formula we will use. This is the quadratic formula. Now we can simply substitute the values of A, which is 5, B, which is 2, and C, which is -4, in the quadratic formula. So we get the value of M -2 plus minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by -4, all divided by 2A, which is 2 times 5. Now we can simply simplify for these values. So we can simplify and solve for M. So under the square root, we have 2 squared, which is equal to 4, minus 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by -4, we get plus 80, all divided by 10. We can simplify the radical. So we have -2 plus minus square root of 84 divided by 10. Now we need to simplify the square root of 84. So we try to find one of the factor of the number 84, which is completely squared. So we have the 4 to be the greatest factor for the 84. So under the radical, it becomes 4 multiplied by 21. So we take the square root of 4 outside, so it becomes 2. So these are the solution right now. So the value of B, we have -1/5 plus minus square root of 21/5. So we have here two solutions. We can simply find these two solutions. The first one, we take the plus sign, so -1/5 plus square root of 21/5, and the other solution, the same terms, except that we have a negative sign between the two terms here. Simply you can check for the two solutions by substituting these two values of M in the main formula. The third example and the last one, solve 3n multiplied by n minus 2 all equal to 2 using the quadratic formula. You see that the quadratic equation is not in its standard form. So before start using the quadratic formula, we need to rewrite the equation in its standard form. So first of all, we should multiply the 3n by n minus 2. So we have 3n squared minus 6n. All of these equal to number 2. Again, this equation is not in its standard form. So we need all the terms to be at the left side of the equation, and at the right side there should be 0. So simply we can add -2 to both sides of the equation. So we have 3n squared minus 6n. This is -2. What we have here, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Now this equation is in its standard form. Now we can identify the values of A, B, and C. So the value of A is the coefficient of n squared, while B is the coefficient of n, and C is the constant term. This is the quadratic formula. Now we substitute the values of A, B, and C in the formula. So we get these values. This is B all squared. minus 4, this is A, this is C, all divided by 2A, this is A. So we can simplify. Minus minus 6 is plus 6, plus minus. Minus 6 squares 36, minus 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by minus, we have a plus 24 divided by 6. We can add the two values inside the radical, so we have 6 plus minus square root of 60 all over 6. Now we should simplify the square root of 60. So the highest factor for the 60, which is completely squared, is 4. So 60 is equal to 4 multiplied by 15. Now we can move the 4 outside, so it becomes 2. So the two solutions for n is equal to 1 plus minus square root of 15 over 3. So we have two solutions for n. The first one with the positive sign, with the plus sign, 1 plus square root of 15 over 3. And the second solution for n is 1 minus square root of 15 over 3. That's all about solving the quadratic equation by using the formula. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.